Good morning. Welcome to Bible Talk from the Green Room, Revelation in 31 days. Today we're on day 19 of 31. We'll be in Revelation 14:1 through verse 13. Thanks for joining us. This chapter answers two questions raised in the two previous chapters. What happens to those who refuse the mark of the beast and are killed? And what happens to the beast, his false prophet, and his followers? John now sees yet future at the end of the Great Tribulation when Christ returns with judgment. This begins with the Lamb and the 144,000. We're in verses 1 through 5 here. John looks and sees standing on Mount Zion or in heaven the Lamb and 144,000 who have his name and his Father's name written on their foreheads. Those 144,000 seem to be the same group mentioned in 7 verses 4 through 8. Apparently the name or seal on their foreheads protects them from God's wrath, but not from the wrath of the dragon, Satan, or the beast. They eventually die as martyrs during the latter half of the Great Tribulation. Since they are in heaven, their work on earth is finished. They're singing a song no one can learn except the 144,000 redeemed from earth. These 144,000 are further described as not defiling themselves with women. They're virgins. This indicates they're sexually pure, obeying what command? Look at 1 Corinthians 6:18 and answer that question. They're morally pure and have not given in to sexual immorality, which is so prevalent today, and it's going to grow worse during the Great Tribulation. The 144,000 follow the Lamb wherever he goes. This indicates they follow Jesus exclusively, no matter how difficult it got. And these have been redeemed for mankind as first fruits for God and the Lamb. In the Old Testament, first fruits are the first and best part of the harvest offered to God. You can see that in Exodus 34:22. Greek word translates first fruits is found several times in the New Testament here. It pictures faithful believers who are first to be converted or have victory over death. The 144,000 are a choice offering to God, represent the best in the world during the Great Tribulation. In this passage, the term first fruits refers to the quality rather than chronology, because in their mouth no lie was formed and they were blameless. After he talks about that, in verses 6 through 13, he talks about the first three angels. John sees an angel flying overhead with an eternal gospel to proclaim to everyone on earth. This appears to be a fulfillment of what Jesus said must happen before the end will come. The message of this angel is called an eternal gospel as a reminder of the never-changing gospel that has been proclaimed since the time of Christ. The angel says with a loud voice, "Fear God and give him glory, because the hour of judgment has come, and worship him who is made in heaven and earth, the sea and the springs and the water." The angel is calling on people to forsake allegiance to the beast and worship the Lamb. Even as God's final judgment nears, he'll give people another opportunity to repent. However, time's running out because the bowls of wrath will soon be poured out on those unbelievers in the world. Verses 8 to 14 are like a table of contents of the remainder of the book of Revelation. John sees another angel following first and shouting, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, she who made all nations drink wine and the passions of her sexual morality." This is called proleptic message. It anticipates the event before it happens, though expressed in the past tense. The term Babylon represents the world system at the end of the age, and that will kill those who refuse to worship the beast. The third angel follows the second, shouting, "If anyone worships the beast and its image and receives the mark on his forehead or on his hand, he also will drink the wine of God's wrath, poured out full strength into the cup of anger." The New Testament times, people added 3 parts of water to 1 part of wine to dilute it. However, God will pour out his wrath, full strength, stressing the severity of his judgment. Therefore, the third angel announces, "And the smoke of their torment goes up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, these worshippers of the beast and its image, and whoever receives the mark of its name." The trail of ascending smoke is an eternal reminder of the doom of the beast and his worshippers. Following the promise of God's coming wrath, John has words of encouragement to believers who must go through the great tribulation. He writes, "Here is a call for the endurance of the saints, those who keep the commandments of God and their faith in Jesus." That's in chapter 14, verse 12. The message that is far better to experience the beast's temporary punishment, even martyrdom, than God's eternal wrath. Next, John hears a voice from heaven say, "Write this, blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." That's 14:13. That doesn't mean we will rest in a big easy chair throughout eternity. The word rest refers to the end of persecution and suffering. The word deeds refers to service to the Lord. In heaven, God will reward us for everything we have ever done to service Him. Our deeds don't save us, but they do result in eternal rewards. Thanks for tuning in today. Look forward to tomorrow. Y'all have a good day.